Hi, welcome.
Hi.
We are live on Facebook. And today we're going to talk about creating and maintaining boundaries from a male point of view. And I have Peter Chung here. He's read my book, Boundary BadAzz, and I'm so grateful. Peter is one of my longtime friends, and we talk about lots of things, lots of different subjects. So I'm really excited to get your feedback about the book, Peter.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I bought your book in October.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. And amazing to read. And I was going through a lot of shifts and changes within my own family, work dynamic, and also personal relationships. And that book has helped me navigate. Um, they say that if you have poor boundaries with family, it can definitely uh, be a red flag because it's an indicator that you can have challenges in other areas, such as business and romantic partnerships. So, yeah, I definitely believe in that.
Yes. I believe there's a definite tie. Sometimes people have what's called a mommy wound or a daddy wound, and
Yeah.
that absolutely can translate into a dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah.
Or having attachments to certain destructive types, and I hate to say that, but like narcissists.
Yeah.
Some types that I've been attracted to have been narcissists.
Yeah. Especially, work dynamics, can be navigating codependency, collaborations. Yeah, but really, it definitely helped fine tune my red flags and fine tune my green flags. So I don't know. I just feel like so amazing to have this secret weapon and arsenal in my tool belt.
I
So
love
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah,
Well, let's dive a little deeper if we could, Peter. Let's talk a little bit about romance.
yeah.
You said a little bit about that. Let's go a little deeper there. And so how do you, Peter Chung, navigate the desires for a romantic relationship while also maintaining your own sense of independence and your own autonomy? How do you do that?
Yeah, great questions because for years I've never knew how to balance my own autonomy, independence, and really be in partnership because I would always people please, I would always betray myself, and growing up in a culture of service to others, servicing elderly, servicing a community or even church or spirituality, it didn't really allow me to fortify my own well-being,
Wow.
yeah. So with this book, it really allowed me to gain some shifts and perspectives and really understand my values and really detach from things that are not aligned because I think yeah, I with this book I maintain emotional, safety. That's my boundary. If I don't feel seen or safe with someone in a collaboration, in a partnership, in a family, or if I'm just getting to know someone, which I did in New Year's Eve, and it was so intense. But then getting to know them, they didn't really align to my boundaries, align to my values. So like before, I would betray myself and accept breadcrumbs. But now I really disengage from anyone who I don't have emotional safety with. If I don't feel safe, I'm gonna disengage from people who are sexy, who I desire, who I feel that they're charming or feel that they don't align to me because that's my boundary, and this is what the book taught me. Yeah,
I love that. I think it's really important that you even call that out, safety. And there's so many
yeah,
different types of safety, right, Peter? There's
yeah,
emotional safety because it's important that, we feel that it's safe for us to express ourselves, in the way we want to choose to use our words or how we want to dress. And all of that's important. We want to feel like our partner accepts us exactly as we are. No need to change.
exactly. Or play a story, or like, oh, person might like me if I act a certain way, or like, I used to definitely dumb myself down to like uh get external validation, but I don't do that anymore since reading this book, and also yeah, and learning those skills. That's a skill set not everybody's taught that in high school, college, not even the workforce. They need, there's a like a epidemic that, yeah, it's an epidemic. So it's good to have those arsenal, yeah, within you.
Yeah. I'm really proud of you. You've added some tools to your tool belt,
Yes,
advocating for yourself.
yes.
How about in your family? How do boundaries impact your ability to work with your family?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest triggers is family. And this last year, I had a lot of um turmoil with family, but it was good to navigate it because it was showing me my emotional capacity, and also like um using I statements. You say in the book to use I statements because usually we can like blame and become victims, but it's good to use I statements. So I do that with family now, and they don't feel as triggered or that I'm blaming them, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good to use I statements, as you said, to navigate relationships. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. And using the I statements helps to allow for compassion, provide compassion to yourself and your family members.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we need that because we don't always have, we may not always fully understand, all the factors at play.
Yeah. And one of the things after reading this book, my awareness came through. It was like, sometimes with men, um, I I I needed to be like the witness or hold space for them. Um, but realizing there's equal, equal intimacy.
Mhm.
What's that word? Reciprocal,
Vulnerability.
reciprocal,
Okay.
reciprocal. Yeah, reciprocal versus when you're getting to know someone and they're just emotionally dumping on you. Like I didn't know that before. Like, oh my God, this guy's like opening his like feelings, and like you think that's intimacy, but it's not. It could be like emotionally dumping, you know,
Yes.
and you could feel drained, drained.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Or if if whoever you're with is a narcissist, you might be impacted by all that love bombing
yes, yes,
early on and just like, witnessed in that way. Um, and not to fall for it.
yeah,
Be able to see
yeah,
people, in a 360-degree uh radius so you can see all parts of them and in all seasons. I remember one of my therapist that I had seen. She said, Gigi, before you get serious about anybody, you need
Hmm.
to make sure you see them through all four seasons. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I didn't know that what that meant. Like, if you told me like a year ago what that means, all four seasons, I wouldn't know what that meant. It wouldn't register, you know. Yeah, can you explain that to people who don't know, who's listening on Facebook, what that means?
yeah, absolutely. So look, being with somebody through all the seasons, if you're looking at getting serious, gives you a whole year, 12 months to be able to see them in different settings, scenarios. You'll likely have, some disagreements, some conflict, and you could see how they fight,
Yeah,
how they argue. You can see how they love. You can see how they support, and you can see how you behave, you know,
yeah,
with that combination. Because sometimes, I've been in relationships, and if you've been in relationships in the audience, I'd love to hear from you. Tell us your story. But if you've been in situations where you've had to, lower your shine,
yeah,
if you couldn't be as smart, if you had to dumb yourself down, if you had to be somebody that you really weren't because you thought that's the only way I'm going to be accepted. I've been in situations like that. Now, I'm 60 years old, and I'm
mm,
just now, being able to open my eyes wider and realize that I'm the prize.
yeah.
Know that.
Wow. Yeah,
Now that I have, more worthiness, I believe in myself more. And sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes it takes a long time, to figure it out. But again, just kind of circling back to the seasons, but being able to see people, and from multiple perspectives with different people, and that tells you a lot. That will determine whether or not you might want to spend the rest of your life. You might want to do that before you decide to mate with that person and create another human, because once you have another human, you get what you get. And so you want to know, what kind of gene pool are you coming with? Let's look at, what depression looks like. Let's look, do you guys have addictions? What
mm,
are the diseases? Are there secrets, that permeate your house? Those type of things. You want to look at those kind of things. Does that make sense?
yeah, that makes sense. Because if we don't really look at those things, then we're gonna be enabling. And coming from a Chinese background and of my father and my mother, they would always have secrets and enable each other. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's all those family secrets. So, you all listening out there, tell us, tell us the impact of those family secrets on your life. And, I remember, those family secrets, people didn't talk about Uncle so and so or Aunt so and so that did these things. But you knew there was, you knew that there was something, more to the point.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I think that's amazing because sometimes in our family we're taught to like hide secrets or save face. In the Chinese culture, we save face all the time. Yeah. And it could be very detrimental to our health, detrimental and really censoring too.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And sometimes when we have those kinds of patterns running through our family line, we do that in our life too,
Mm,
by keeping secrets, not telling people XYZ, or maybe just telling them X and not the Y and Z, those kind of things. But uh, creating effective boundaries is important. So how do you do that now, without it being a conflict for you, Peter?
y-
Creating these boundaries?
Yeah, with family, before I would get burnt out, because I didn't really have healthy boundaries, but now I do I statements and then or like if my brother um needs help, I would like say, "Hey, if you come back in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'll give you my full attention," because if I just like go right in there, I might not be fully engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love. Oh, I'm so glad you got all of that out of Boundary Badass. And so,
Yes.
um, this is how this is the cover of the book, and it is available for purchase. I invite you all to purchase it for friends, co-workers, your daughters, your sons, and men. As you
Yes.
can see, creating and maintaining effective boundaries is important. And as we're hearing, in this male perspective from Peter, and I'm so grateful. And I'd love to hear from you all out there. Tell me what boundaries are keeping you up at night. I want to hear
Yeah.
about that. And I really love what you said about the effective communication, Peter, because it really is a key to successfully maintaining your boundaries without causing conflict. And I love what you just said. If somebody's going to come and you just say, "Hey, can we meet up in the next 15 minutes so I can give you my full attention," as opposed
Yeah.
to saying, something a little off-putting or more aggressive, like, "Can't you see I'm busy right now?" or "Go away," or something like that. And allowing all the parties to maintain their dignity while also
Yeah.
getting what they need.
Yes, I love that. And also, this helped me and being a male, a man, men, they usually suffer in silence. But, your book has really helped me and it really changed my life. And now I can really thrive instead of like just Neanderthaling in the waves, like just like give me a life boat, a life raft, like yeah. And it's good to maintain those boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that. Well, this has been a great conversation, Peter. Thank you so much for buying the book, reading the book, and now meeting with me to review the book. And I'm so glad it's had a positive impact on your life.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna always reread it, because I always get something out of it, so I recommend that you can reread it all the time because there's always different situations coming up in our lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for chatting with me about Boundary
Boundaries,
Badass.
badass.
I'm
Yes.
going to post a link in the comments section, um, and so feel free to purchase it. It's an online ebook. And there's also a program associated with it. There's a video set, and I would love to get your feedback and hear how it has impacted your life too. So, Peter, thank you again. I really appreciate your time. Love you, love you, love you.
Bye, Gigi. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.